Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. I have missed you so much, guys. There's been so much going on, but I want to make sure that you guys are not out of the loop when it comes to what is going on in the job market. And this, of course, this article is no different, guys. Of course, I want you to be aware that if something like this happens to you, I want to make sure you know how to prepare for something like this. What we're going to be talking about today, of course, guys, of course, if you like the content that is shared on this channel, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also wherever you are watching this. If you like what's going on and you want to make sure you're sharing that with everybody that you know that can benefit from this information. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers here on the Mentor Shelley YouTube channel. Guys, I want you to know that if something like this happens to you, I want you to be prepared. I really do, because this could have been handled so differently, but they chose to handle this a little sloppy. So let's jump in here. The article says, and of course, this is from the website Cheeseburger. They seem to have some very interesting articles. The writer is Brad D. Dickens. It was written yesterday, which would have been the 4th of June. And it was posted actually yesterday. Yeah, it was posted yesterday on the 4th of June. The title reads, "Now that I'm getting fired in 3 weeks, managers accidentally discuss firing employees on group chat that he's in. Whoopsies, leaders. You guys have to be more careful what you share on the group chat there, huh? All right, so let's make it nice and big so you guys can see along with me. Just like Daenerys Tarry, okay, of course, I'm probably butchering these names. Just like Daenerys and Targaryen kind of forgetting about the Iron Fleet, these bosses forgot that this guy was included in their group chat, using it as a means of discussing firing the worker in 3 weeks' time. Once they are caught up with their delivery load, or they intended to do this as a cruel tactic to try and get the employee to quit anyways. Quiet firing, anyone? Oh, that buzzword's hitting me right now. If so, it wouldn't be the first time a manager or business owner attempted to bully a worker into quitting. It's not technically firing, but rather hoping to make them so stressed and miserable, quiet firing, making them so stressed and miserable they have no other option. You might think that personal morals or ethics would stop someone from doing something like this, but that would be expecting too much, clearly. Readers of this thread share their thoughts and ideas and advice in the comments, with many suggesting that the employee go full scorch earth in weeks remaining until their apparent firing. I'm going to give you guys my perspective on both the employee and the employer's faux pas here, and ways that an employee, as a career coach, I can advise them if they are in a situation like this. After you're done here, check this out. Check out this boss who angrily responded that they expect a worker to work there forever, and when they handed in their notice. Boss, we kind of forgot about him being in the group chat. Oh, you did, huh? Of course. Yeah, they forgot I was included in the chain, and now I'm getting fired in 3 weeks. So I had a really this is coming from Reddit, of course, guys. The Reddit, you see the Reddit marker here. Look at me now. Look at meow, sorry. They forgot I was in the chain. And now I'm getting fired in 3 weeks. So I had a really hard time in my life. I started a business with a friend of mine and worked my butt off over 2 years. I was killing myself doing 16-hour days while he was running it like an unsuccessful Ponzi scheme. I ended up walking away with nothing, and I'm still trying to get repaid for debts in I'm still trying to get repaid for debts in my name. Yikes, he's already dealing with a lot. Moving on to a job as a driver needed something without stress to detox from the small business implosion. I've been working there for about 4 months and I feel like I have been doing pretty good. The pay isn't great. It's $40K salary, paid every 2 weeks, but week one I worked about 35 to 40 hours a week, and week two was more like 45. I figured I would ask for a raise in a month or two. Well, on Friday, another driver slash owner lost it at me, accusing me of breaking something that had been slowly breaking since I started. And today I was included in a text they thought I wasn't in, talking about firing me in 3 weeks. Wow. 3 weeks because they needed me. They need me for the next 3 weeks. They are behind and overworked. What do I do? Do I quit now or make them pay me for the next few weeks? I'm already looking for another job. That's a good idea. Of course, someone asked the question. Of course, this is just his take on this, and of course, people are starting to respond. One of the responders say, "Any sick time? Sounds like a great time to use it." Here comes a petty. Another user says, "So you're on salary? Work your salary hours. Route not finished. Drive back to the depot and tell them you'll deal with it first thing in the morning. Just go nuclear work to rule malicious compliance while searching for another job." Oh boy. Another responder says, "For real? If you know you're getting fired, you can treat the job like a lazy leisure thing. Stop at the cafe and buy lunch halfway through a job, drive a weird route, stay reasonably under the speed all day, work only your obligated hours." I mean, what are they gonna do? Fire you? They're planning on doing that anyway. Another responder says, "Take a picture of your paycheck to show the unemployment people proof of employment in case these guys haven't really been sending in theirs and their paycheck taxes." It happens. Oh boy. There goes another responder. Well, no, it says, "Look at Meow." It says, "No paycheck, just a regular check like a personal check from a business account twice a month." That means you're not on their unemployment insurance. So you might want to keep copy of those checks so you can report it to the unemployment office. Another responder says, "Stick it out for 3 weeks, work slowly, look for jobs on company time, and document everything." Okay, everybody has these advice. Look at Meow says, since I'm salary, half adding it just makes my day longer, unfortunately, but I'm planning on documenting everything. Good. Somebody else says, half bleep the next 3 weeks while looking for another job and then collect unemployment. Okay. Another responder says, "Lazy and proud. I would have at least piped up the text chat and say something along the lines of, 'So you really need me for the next 3 weeks, huh?'" Here comes the penny. Another responder says, "Here for the memes. Also screenshot it so if you need unemployment, you can prove that that the firing was not for cause." That's a good idea, keeping track of things. Mystical Fruit says, "You've got a bunch of options. As soon as you have a job, do your last day and let them know you won't be returning tomorrow. Number 2, same as 1, but wait till 8 a.m. the following day so they're scrambling. Number 3, write out your 3 weeks and let them know you knew they were going to fire you but decided to stick around anyways and wish them luck." And of course, now for some likely legal dubious options. Let's see. Number 4, write out the 3 weeks, letting every customer know your company is imploding and they should bail. Now, see, that's a petty option. They might be able to sue you for cause. Another responder says, I feel very obligated to reply in this text to everyone as if I was in on it too. Cool, guys. So how do you think we should break it to how do you think you should break it to me in 3 weeks? Standard pink slip? Maybe call me into the office and say close the door? A curt but professional email, perhaps? Or maybe a dumb and inappropriate text message chain that ends up online or in the news. Which do you think? I'm dying to know. Talk to you soon. Look at me now. Look at me now. Says, I'm saving this for the dead man switch. Not yet, but this is gold. You're right about that. So guys, if you were in this guy's position, right? Of course, the question is asked here: do you think this employee should or should not quit their job within a reasonable time frame? First of all, they're petty. They're do you think this employee should quit their job? I personally think if they can find something within the 3 weeks, they should go somewhere else, because this is a place where, number one, they don't value what he's doing. Number two, they were planning on letting him go anyway. And number three, they were careless enough to communicate this information with him on the text message. So, from an employee standpoint, the first thing I'm going to tell you as a career coach, your resume should already be out there. As a matter of fact, your resume should already be out there doing its job and getting you ready for interviews. You should be applying for jobs all over the place, reaching out to your connections, because this is not just about you find a job faster with connections than you do with your resume, but you want to have both ready. And if you don't have your resume up to snuff and you need help with that, definitely go to mentorshelley.com/consultations for that very reason. But you also want to hit up your connections, because your network is your net worth. Believe me when I say your network is your net worth, and that is so key based on what's going on in the world now and based on how the job market is. Do you think this employee should or should not quit their job? I don't think they should quit, but I also don't think that this employer handled the situation very well. They weren't very concerned. They were just there carelessly speaking about terminating someone's job. They're not, they lost some credibility with me. Even though I'm in HR and I'm an HR consultant as well, that conversation should have been had. And if they felt that way about the employee, it should not have been discussed over text message. Worse, because the text message he had access to. Secondly, this employee should also make sure that whatever personal items they have in the office, they should start removing that immediately. Of course, there were petty responses. Oh, geez, there were petty responses, of course, on this thread about some people saying work slowly, some people saying apply while you're on the job. Of course, what you do on your lunch breaks is up to you. I would definitely be using lunch breaks to go ahead and take care of those applications as well. You want to be prepared for anything, because you never know. A job is never something that's a guarantee. The only thing you can guarantee is what you build. And even then, you still have to work to build it and work to maintain it. Guys, your economic freedom is what is important. And this particular person had already lost so much from having a business and having the business partner he was working with pretty much rob him. So he's dealing with a lot already. He or she's dealing with a lot already. And I would hope that these employers, of course, is not making it any better. But he does have options. The option, of course, as I said, go ahead and apply for those positions. Apply for positions outside. Apply for the positions that he has, access to through His network, maybe his network with LinkedIn, maybe his network online with LinkedIn. Maybe he can call up at least 50 people he knows within the next week or two to see what opportunities they have available. Listen, you talk to 50 to 100 people within the next week or two, you can find opportunities or great opportunities, even if it's temporary. Talk to employment agencies, but make sure you have a resume to give them. And of course, as I told you guys, if you need help with getting that ready, if it's not up to date or if it's not written to grab the type of jobs that you may have been looking for before, definitely go to mentorshelley.com/consultations, and I will be more than happy to help you get that resume up and running so it can do its job, which is market you well. Guys, this type of employer is careless. That is not something you shouldn't be trying to quiet fire somebody. If he's actually doing the job, then you shouldn't be trying to quiet fire somebody. There may be other reasons for that, but this employer is not a very good one if this is the method and the ways in which that they're going about letting people go. So from an HR consulting standpoint, I would definitely have some conversations and also advise this employer not to have those kind of conversations via text, number one. And number two, if you're going to have those kind of conversations, have them and want, not to say that you can't terminate an employee if you so choose, but number one, is it for cause? One. Two, is it for cause? And is it just that you don't need that person anymore after you catch up on your backlog? If that were the case, you should have hired a temporary employee, not a direct salary employee. But there are other ways for an organization to approach this type of situation instead of doing it the way they did. It came off unprofessional. It came off crass. So from both standpoints, the employee, of course, sure feels some type of way. And if they wanted to be petty, they could. They could just leave this employer high and dry now that they're aware. And of course, if this employer finds out, they can also terminate the employee at the same time once they find out. However, the way it was done, it was done in poor taste as well. So guys, of course, as I said before, if you are looking for help in this area and how to navigate a situation like this, if it is happening to you, or you find out, you get a whiff that you may be getting fired, definitely go to mentorshelley.com/consultations. Or if you just have general questions and you're like, well, I don't know what to do, we can definitely have a conversation. You can have that question or ask that question at mentorshelley.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your voicemail and or email within 24 hours, guys. I want you, as professionals out there, to be able to navigate in all situations, especially unusual ones like this, because the employer didn't handle themselves professionally, and it's up to you to still be the professional, although they didn't conduct themselves in that way. And of course, if you guys like the information that you've heard on this video, please go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe, and share it with other people that can benefit from this information. And we are definitely on the road here on the YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers. So go ahead and share this information with your friends and family and new graduates from college or from high schools that can benefit from this information, guys. All right, this is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. Even when the situation is difficult, we will work to get you navigating through it like a professional. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. Bye.